Yar, what's up? In this video I shall be making 5 fancy segmented pens. This project is a fun one because it combines the two things in woodworking that I do the most: gluing a bunch of sticks together and making pens. When you really get down to it, all that woodworking really is cutting down trees and cutting them into pieces and then gluing the trees back together again. In this instance, the trees I am using are walnut, maple, oak, and bloodwood. The walnut I milled myself, thus locally gathered. The oak was given to me from a friend who had some small pieces left over from a job he was doing. And the bloodwood and maple came from a fancy lumber store that I visited with my uncle somewhere in the New England region. As I cut up and glue these trees back together, allow me to give a quick shout out to a fellow who commented on one of my past videos by the name of Mags DIY It's Close Enough. I don't know what it's close enough to, but he was subscriber number 103, and he stated in a comment that he expects a 27-minute long video singing his praises. There was no way I was going to do this because whenever I sing, people usually get scared and run away. My singing tends to sound like a monotone bear that just got run over by a lawnmower and then thrown off a cliff and landed on a piano. So there is your shout out, sir. Thank you for subscribing. I arranged the wood in a pattern that I liked, and then I applied the Sweet Baby Rays and used a ping pong ball to spread it all out. I've been searching for a budget-friendly glue spreader, and I have yet to find the perfect one. Perhaps someday I will. I think most people watch my videos because they see how skilled and perfect I am at my craft. I never slip up or make a fool of myself in any way when I'm in the wood shop. Woodworking is a very soothing and calming activity for me. It's my therapy. Whoa! Whoa! Ouch! Oh! Oh! Oh, that hurt. Wow! That hurt. All right, try it again. After dealing with the shame and regret of the silly way that I had injured my glutes, I picked myself off the floor and proceeded with my project. The funny thing about me falling down was that it was while I was doing a completely unnecessary step for my own amusement. I decided to paint the piece of wood because later on down the road you wouldn't be able to see the paint anyway. What I thought would be a silly thing to add to my already bizarre videos instead became a moment to be remembered, full of tragedy and shame. I then fooled around with my drill press for a bit and then proceeded to drill the holes in each of the individual pen blanks. It's kind of cool because the pieces were layered, so you could see the different colored chips coming out as I made my way through the blank. Kind of like how when you eat a sandwich, you get all the bread first, and then the lettuce, and then the meat, and then the tomatoes, and then finally get down to another piece of bread. And then after that, all that's left is the plate. After that, I mixed up some various substances that were really sticky and applied it, similar to how I apply the Sweet Baby Rays, to the tubes before inserting them into the holes I had just drilled. Just like me, wood turning can get a bit boring after a while. So, in order to try to deal with this issue, enjoy perhaps the most bizarre and poorly edited woodworking montage on the entire internet. Stop the nonsense. I turned the blanks down on the lathe and then sanded them all the way up to 1000 grit. I have implemented a technique when making my pens that I haven't seen anyone else do. That is not to say that no one else has done it, I just haven't seen it done by anyone else. After the sanding, I wet the pen down with water and then spin the water out into a paper towel. This removes any fine dust that got caught up in the grain during the sanding process. I then apply 2 coats of a finish to protect and seal the wood. The pen kits come in these little bags with all the pieces individually wrapped. This style of pen is very easy to assemble, as it is but a few parts. I could explain exactly how I am putting together this pen, but I feel like this really wouldn't be one of my videos without a random quote. And I've gotten quite a few comments from people in previous videos saying they really liked the quotes. So here's a quote from Sun Tzu. "There is no instance of a nation benefiting from prolonged warfare." I will be giving away one of these pens to my Instagram followers on May 20th, 2022, so if that interests you, go follow my Instagram. I do fairly frequent giveaways over there, and I have a fairly small following, so your chances are pretty good. I think I hit a very special 161 followers yesterday, so it's even fewer than my YouTube subs. The other 4 pens I will have for sale on my website until they're all bought up. I'll have both my website and my Instagram linked down below. Thanks to everyone who has subscribed recently. I've been very surprised by this energy, and as Sun Tzu says, opportunities multiply as they are seized. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself immensely while watching this video, and feel free to throw a comment at me, as I tend to respond to all the ones that are in English. It's been new, it's been weird. Until next time, throw some rocks at your refrigerator.